Hello. Killer dog. He was ruthless. Ruthless. Okay, let's get straight into it. If you're wondering where I am, I'm not at school. That is because that means you are at school and you are probably, yeah, you're gonna have a great time. So we've got Pythagoras Theorem. I would love you to actually write this down. Nice little heading, highlight it. If you need to, you can pause the video so you can write things down. Now, what is Pythagoras Theorem? It's a theory / a formula for right-angled triangles. Now, if something is right-angled, that means there's a 90-degree angle, okay? Now, looking at these ones here, we have a range of different triangles. This one is right-angled because, boom, there's my right angle, okay? This middle one here is not a right-angled triangle because I cannot see a right-angled triangle. I cannot see a 90-degree angle. I can. Okay, hopefully that's making sense. Now, a little note about right-angled triangles is each one has one side longer than the other two. Okay, so one side is longest. Okay, now this longest side, we call that a hypotenuse. And the easiest way to spot it, it is opposite, or it is across from the right angle, from the 90-degree angle. Okay, so again, if you need to pause it, write it down. Once you've got this, we're going to move on. Okay, so we're labeling the hypotenuse here, and just don't forget hypotenuse is the longest side, and the easiest way to find it is it's going to be opposite of my right angle. So that there is my hypotenuse. I'm just going to label it as H. Okay. Again, very similarly, there's my right angle, my opposite. Again, there you go. And have got the last one. I hope this is very, very, very easy. That there is your hypotenuse. Okay, sweet. Now, that's just kind of like talking about the hypotenuse or the longest side. Let's actually talk about Pythagoras' theorem. So this theory or this formula, it relates the longest side basically to the two shorter sides. Okay, now I'm going to show you this here. It looks a little bit like this. They're saying that a squared plus b squared should be the same thing as c squared. Okay, so just note here, everything is a square. And which one is our hypotenuse? It is the c squared. Okay, so in other words, the sum of our two shorter sides, the sum of the squares of our two shorter sides should equal to the square of my longest side, which is the hypotenuse, and this only works for right-angled triangles. Okay, and I've written here A and B are the shorter sides. C, in this case, we're always going to use as the hypotenuse or the longest side. Okay, now what we're going to do here is we're going to use Pythagoras' theorem to find the longest side or the hypotenuse. And I'm just going to write here, we remember our formula is a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to label my hypotenuse is this guy here. So I'm going to call this the letter C. I'm going to take away that question mark. It is now the letter C. Okay, now let's try to find that length. It's saying here that would make that A and that B. A and B don't matter too much about which one's which. Okay, as long as for sure the C needs to be my hypotenuse. Okay, so in this case here, A is 3. So I'm going to square that. I'm going to plus it by B, which is going to be 4. I'm going to square that, and it should equal to my unknown side. Okay, my unknown side squared. And 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9, plus 4 squared, which is 4 times 4, which is 16, equals to c squared. Now, just note how I'm writing my working out. I try to line up all my equal signs together, and 9 plus 16 is 25. Now, we're almost there. The way that I find what c is, the opposite of squaring something, I hope you remember, is square rooting. Okay, so note now I don't have my squared anymore, and now I've square rooted this side. Now that tells me that my answer C is the square root of 25, and that's actually quite a nice number. It's 5. So that will be my answer. C equals to 5 centimeters. Okay. Now have a go at this one here. Maybe pause the video, give it a shot. If you pause the video and gave it a go, let's see. I'm going to start again with my formula. A squared plus B squared should equal to C squared. Now I can see that C is going to be this guy here because that there is my longest side. It's opposite my right angle. That's my hypotenuse. That means 6 and 8 are my A's and B's. So I'm going to write 6 squared plus 8 squared should equal to, I don't know what C squared is. Leave it there. Now 6 squared is 6 times 6. That is 36. 8 squared is 64 because that's 8 times 8. Still don't know what C squared is. And 36 plus 64 is a nice round number 100. And again, I don't need to know what C squared is. I just need to know what C is. So I'm going to take the square root of that we found. And what number should that be? What is the square root of 100? It's just a clean 10. So that means C will actually be 10 centimeters. Okay. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Wishing you guys all the best, and I'll see you guys back on Monday. Catch you guys later. Bye.